Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Taunya, for joining me. I appreciate it. This is kind of like Adam Clark TV right here. I got my own.
Yeah.
I got my own TV station, but I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Probably not as busy these days, but
Not quite.
appreciate the time. And first off, just kind of tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you do, and how you came into initial contact with Adam Clark Fitness.
Sure. So I'm Taunya. I live in Bangor. I'm a hairstylist. Back in January 2018, Adam became my trainer through the biggest mover competition that they had. And I've just been doing this ever since.
Awesome. So with this coronavirus pandemic, it's changed the way we do things for the last, it's going on a month now, or even a little bit longer. How has your day-to-day life changed?
Okay, so I'm a self-employed hairstylist. So one day my world was flipped upside down. I had to contact all my clients and stop working. I was forced not to work, obviously, like most small non-essential businesses, but it's very unsettling, and it's unsettling. And as adults, you don't necessarily know how to cope with it. You go from having a genuine routine to, personally, I don't have any kids or anything, so I didn't know what I was going to do with my time. That's a whole lot of time when you're used to having go, go, go routine to straight up nothing. So that's where my life has been. So I'm really thankful for all of this because it gives me my sanity. It gives me something to look forward to, and it keeps a schedule. Like, there are multiple classes through the day, so it allows me to look forward to the next one. And if I do have things that I have to get done around the house or whatnot, then I can get that stuff done in between. So it does keep the routine going, which is nice.
Yeah. When we fully transition online, so you've been training with us for a while in person. So online is something we've never done. I know a lot of businesses have been forced to go online, but Noah and I, we had a plan. We had a plan going in before everything kind of hit the fan. What were your initial thoughts, just being in the trenches, in the gym, from going in the gym to online? Were you skeptical on how it was going to work out? What were your initial thoughts?
Well, at first, in the last few days when we were still allowed to be social, I could see the class sizes. I was trying to attend as many as possible before, and I could see the class sizes starting to dwindle down already, which I totally understand. People have to be cautious about getting sick. So I think this was a great transition. I'm going to be upfront and honest. In the first week, I did not do a single class. I didn't, and it was partially just because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not very tech savvy, so I was like, oh, I gotta go on Zoom and I gotta log in, and it just seemed like a lot of work that I did not want to do because I was bitter about the whole situation anyways. But after that very first class, I was like, why didn't I do this a week ago? This is amazing. And then I think I probably did like 4 classes the next day.
Yeah. So you talked a lot about earlier how it's given you routine, especially during, this is a crazy time when we need routine. What have you loved most about our online platform, and really how has it made you feel? I mean, obviously you have more energy and stuff like that and giving you routine, but what have you loved most?
I really like the flexibility of it. I like the fact that there are multiple classes in the day. So my usual routine, I used to wake up at 4:45 every morning, and I would always, be there for a 6 a.m. class. So if I want to sleep in, I can sleep in. I love that. It's going to be hard to go back to my routine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as far as everything in my life, even with, getting ready for the day to go nowhere, I'm still doing those kind of things because I feel like if I fall out of it, that could be bad. I could fall in a rut, fall off the wagon, anything like that. But as far as the training sessions, I have a newfound love for the afternoon core blast, something that's, 25 to 30 minutes. It's so quick and you feel so good after. It's a nice afternoon boost. And I don't feel like, even though a lot of us are tired, whether it's emotionally or physically through the day, we aren't doing as much, but we're more tired. That little afternoon boost gets me through that 3 o'clock lull, or, that when you
Yeah.
used to get tired and I feel
Yeah.
like I just have all this energy, I'm like, okay, I'll go for a walk, or I'll, do something.
You're taking advantage of it. That's for sure. Yeah. So if someone were, we don't know how long this is going to go on. Hopefully it doesn't go on much longer, but it's one of those things. It's out of our hands. We just have to keep doing the right things. If someone were on the fence about online training, they people can make excuses like, oh, it's not for me because I don't know the technology, or it's not for me because I don't have any equipment, or it's not for me because you're not getting, the person's not gonna be able to coach me. What would you tell them?
I would definitely say in that first week I was there, I didn't want to do them. I was coming up with excuses myself as far as the not being tech savvy. It is so easy to hop on. You literally punch in a phone number and you're on. So no excuses there. And second of all, definitely just, I think you have to look at a situation like this. Instead of having such unsettling negative vibes and excuses, I was thinking to myself, what can I learn from this? What is this doing for me? And when I thought about that, I was just thinking, this could be my prime time to hit my goal. Like if even if I don't hit my goal, I'm going to get stronger by the day. I'm not coming out of this quarantine heavier than I went in it. That's for sure. So I just
I might.
flipped my I flipped my mindset, and that makes a big difference. So when you have all this time on your hands, you have a lot of time to focus on yourself. That can be good or it can be negative. And I didn't want to fall into the negative funk, because this is a time where you need to love yourself. You need to, if you want to take a nap, take a nap. There's no stressor out there or anything that's going to keep you from it. So if you want to work out and you want to do this, what better time? You were offering the, free opportunity. And I know a lot of people, took you up on that week. And I had people who had messaged me saying they felt so much better with that afternoon class. And, there's, in hard times like this, with things that are so unsettling, you just have to put your own spin on it and see, what it can do for you. And if this is something you've wanted to try, there's no better time to start. You have all the time in the world right now. The world is standing still. So what better time to just figure out your goals? Personally, before all this happened, I had bought stuff to create a vision board. So that is one of my goals for this, just to kind of reset and regroup. And but I definitely recommend it. And you know why I recommend your classes is because, yeah, I follow YouTube videos and I like to do some yoga and stuff, but it is so different when a trainer's on the other end and they can watch you. They can see when your hips are too high and they can call you out on yawning at 6 a.m. And, it holds you accountable in a good way.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome, Taunya. And for anyone watching, Tanya's a rock star. She, over the past, she defines consistency. Nothing happens overnight, and she just keeps going. She never gives up. I think you've missed one session when you were sick in over 2 years. Over 2 years, she's missed one session, and it's pretty awesome. and she's almost to her goal. And
Almost.
she's been crushing it in the last 2 years. So she is awesome, and you can do it. You can do it. It's just consistency, showing up, and having a good mindset, and really, this is making the best with what we got right now. Making the best with what we got, because that's, I mean, what other, you can sit here and you can say, oh well, I don't have this fancy piece of equipment. You got your body, right? You got your
Definitely.
body. You got a little bit of room in your house. You can do plenty. So a lot of our
Yep.
classes, we're sure we use a little bit of weights here and there. If you don't got a weight, you can grab a laundry detergent, or you can grab an animal. I know some people are squatting with their dogs or cats. So, yeah, it's been awesome, and people like you have made it possible. So, definitely appreciate that, and appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And as you can see, guys, she cleans up very well. So, and she can clean you up very well too, once we reopen. So
Yeah. Once it's allowed.
so contact her. But thanks, Taunya, appreciate it, and I'll
Thank
be seeing
you.
you on a class here soon. Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye bye.